the more that I listen to men, the more that I interact with men and engage with men in these spaces, the more I realize how much contempt they have for women. And the more contempt that they have for women, the more I dislike men as a group, because I don't understand why do you hate? Like, I've never been a hater. I'm not a hateful person. Doesn't make me perfect, but like, and when I say I'm not a hater, like I have justifiable hate for groups of people and for people individually. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to name the groups of people because obviously we're on a public platform. But um I don't hate anybody that I don't punch down, right? I don't punch down. I don't hate groups of people. I don't hate marginalized groups of people, things of that nature. I don't, right? I definitely, I'm not perfect. And there have been times when, I've been directly a part of the problem, or actively contributed to the problems, especially surrounding women or queer folk or any, stuff like that, without a doubt. No doubt about it, right? That's a part of my journey. That's a part of my growth. But I can say that I haven't, once I have become aware of my position in life and my standing in life, I've never hated a group of people, a marginalized group of people. I don't hate immigrants. I don't hate children. I don't hate queer folk. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't hate women. Um, and I never really had these conversations when I was growing up. You know what I mean? Like, I never, I was very uneducated, grew up in a very toxic environment. And, I had to be exposed to it in my relationship. I had to be, you know what I'm saying? It took for my own woman to, like, show me how wrong I was and how messed up my thought processes were. Um, and since then I've been, on this path, and I'm growing, and all that stuff. But these dudes, though, they're hearing the like, they're hearing people push back against them. They're, and even prior to me getting that information, I wasn't online making hateful commentary. I wasn't online making hateful content. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't on Twitter talking about how much I dislike queer folk, or I wasn't on Facebook talking about how dumb women are, like anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never was in that place. My shit, I just was misguided, whatever. This dude, though, like, these types of men really embody everything that's wrong with men as a culture, as a group, whatever you want to say.
It's your new story right here.
Do y'all want to know about the time that I lost custody of my kids because I was dropped off at the hospital because I was about to kill us? So instead of me trying to kill us, I was trying to get help. So when I got to the hospital, bitches there were just so unloving that they said that I was abandoning my kid instead of trying to help me.
You mean the women judged you? Newsflash, girl. We're supposed to judge each other. I love it when women judge other women. Just like when women love it when men hold men accountable. I love it when women judge other women.
So the false equivalency in this is ridiculous. Again, this woman just said, essentially, she was having a mental breakdown, might have been suffering from postpartum depression. She had the wherewithal, though, to go seek help. She goes to the hospital to seek help, and the professionals that are supposed to help her then started to judge her. That's the way she's explaining the story. And this motherfucker is talking about, we're supposed to judge each other. What? And then equates it to men holding men accountable for harming women, for harming children, for harming men who aren't seeking help, men who aren't trying to do the right thing and protect people from themselves, like this woman was trying to protect herself and protect her children from herself because she was having a mental breakdown. He tries to make this false equivalency, like, oh, That y'all just the same way y'all want to hold men accountable. Just the same way y'all love when men hold other men accountable. This is the same thing. But it's a woman holding women accountable. Y'all hate that. Like, bro, what? No empathy whatsoever for this woman.
Please continue this tale of judgment, ma'am.
So a little backstory. When I got pregnant, it was 2 potential baby daddies. And not because I was a hoe or anything. My other nigga, he had just got out of jail and I wanted to hit that. After I had the baby, I was so depressed, y'all. I was so depressed. Nobody knew the amount of sadness. I have never been that sad in my entire life. Like,
so what?
So postpartum depression, like I thought. His response is, so what? Mind you, I'm laughing at the part where she said she slept with the nigga fresh out of jail. Okay. Oh my God. But anyways, hey, y'all want to judge her for that? Cool, judge her for that. I guess. But to me, that's irrelevant to what's happening right now. Like if you think that's irrelevant to postpartum depression. That's the point in this, right?
So the fuck what? Like I can't say that enough. So the fuck what? Depressed about the shit you did to yourself.
No, that's not how postpartum depression works, you dummy. You're not just depressed because you did something to yourself. It is a biological reaction to having a child sometimes. It's not like you're just depressed. Like that's the thing about depression, though. Like clinical depression is biological. It's not just, it's physical. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just like, oh, you just have to train yourself to not be depressed. Like, nigga, that's why people take if depression isn't physical, then you wouldn't be able to medicate it often, like as often as we are. There, you know what I mean? Like people take medication for depression because there is a physical reaction that is created in your body. And that causes you oftentimes to be depressed. It could be low dopamine levels or whatever, right? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to get into the science part of it, but I know that can contribute to it. Your lack of understanding and being dismissive of what she was going through, right? Because you want to punish this woman. You're more interested in the fact that she slept with 2 men. That's all you care about. Because his whole shtick is, oh, you a single mom. Why you let this nigga hit? You were such a hoe. Now you a single mom. Not why are the men abandoning their children? Because here's the truth of the matter. I don't care if she let 100 dudes run a train on her, right? If one of those dudes got her pregnant, they need to show up for that baby. Like, I don't know why. Like, men, the way that men don't understand this is hilarious to me. And when I say hilarious, I mean it is disgusting. Like I just get so upset and I get so disgusted. All I can do is laugh. I don't care what that woman did. If you as a man laid with her, you took on the responsibility, or you accepted the potential responsibility of getting her pregnant. And once you accepted that by sleeping with her with no condom on, whether you slept with the condom on or not, I'm saying, but sleeping with her with no condom on, ejaculating inside of her, whatever you did, as soon as you did that, you signed up for whatever happens. But the way that he's trying to hold her accountable when she's the only person with any level of accountability in this instance is wild. She's the mother. She had she carried the child. She bore the child. And you're like, I don't care about what you did. Where is the daddy? Where is the father? I don't give a fuck if she slept with 2 niggas at the same time. I don't care if she cheated. I don't care. I don't care. That's irrelevant. Once that baby is here, once you do that and you drop off your DNA, you no longer are in possession of that DNA, and you have to accept whatever consequences come with that. Period, point fucking blank.
That's like a nigga sitting in jail, guilty as a motherfucker, depressed.
This one particular day.
Guilty of what? What is she guilty of exactly? Sleeping with the man? Okay, fine. What is the man guilty of, though? your analogy, y'all do terrible analogies. Let me do your analogy right. Let's make it a one-to-one. That is like her being in that is like her being in jail for a crime that she committed with another person, and the other person is free, and everybody knows that the other person contributed to the crime, that the other person was the other half of the crime, but nobody says anything about him and puts everything on her. That is what it's like. And now she's in jail. Like, okay, I'm gonna do the time. Like I admitted to it. I already copped it. I pled guilty. But what about this motherfucker though? Like, y'all not gonna lock him up? And why aren't you locking him up? Because he's a man and I'm a woman? Wow. That's what it's like.
I wanted to go out with my people. I know I was doing wrong. My daughter daddy had took her to my mama because he was in his feelings. Like, it was just so much shit. I'm gonna go into detail about it later because I'm about to do a YouTube series about it. My mama gets to blowing my phone up talking about, come get this baby, I gotta work in the morning. I said, if I come get her, then I'm gonna kill all of us. This is gonna be the last time you see all of us. You think she gave a fuck? No.
Again, I know to him and to some people, y'all gonna hear us be like, oh, she tripping, da 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 da. What you have to do is you have to look past how she's describing the story and really process it, and like process it for what it is, like on a medical level. She has postpartum depression, and she was literally having a mental breakdown. And you could say she was doing wrong. That's fine. Oh, she was doing wrong. I don't give a fuck what she was doing. She was having a mental breakdown, and she was suffering from postpartum depression. That's all I want y'all to keep in mind. I don't care about how it sound, how it look. She got a bonnet on. She talking to, because I already know the perception. I already know how y'all gonna look at this. A lot of y'all are very anti-black, and y'all are very anti-woman, and you gonna look at this and be like, she ghetto, and she did it, and y'all gonna get to disrespecting her, and be, your massage noir is gonna be showing like this stupid motherfucker. His massage noir is showing, right? But I'm telling you, I'm seeing through all of that shit, and all I'm hearing is a woman that was suffering from postpartum depression and was having a mental breakdown. That's all I'm hearing.
Oh, she didn't give a fuck. She said, come get this baby. That's none of my business. You need to find out who the fuck a daddy is, etc.
I'm no doctor, but that's textbook narcissism. Anybody, and I mean,
you don't know what narcissism is. That is not textbook narcissism. It's crazy how he has said nothing about her having postpartum depression, and he went straight to she's a fucking narcissist without knowing shit about narcissism. When she said when she said out of her mouth she was depressed, I don't give a fuck if you depressed, get over it. Bypass that and go straight to she's a narcissist. Bro, shut.
Anybody who will threaten to unalive themselves because you're not doing what they want you to do.
She wasn't threatening to unalive herself because her mama didn't want to watch her kids, you fucking dummy. She threatened to unalive herself because prior to her dropping her child off, she was having a mental breakdown. And she had the wherewithal to know in that moment, if she went home, if she got around those kids, she was going to harm them and herself. It's so wild listening to this, because these be the same men that when women do crash out and do harm themselves due to postpartum depression, y'all be like, women commit all the infanticide and they the ones unaliving all the babies and blah, 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 blah. Look at all these crazy ass women. Then now you have a woman literally like walking you through what she was going through at the time, and you like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Get over it. You're a narcissist. Oh my God, I can't stand y'all.
She didn't give a fuck. She said, come get this baby. That's none of my business. You need to find out who the fuck a daddy is, etc.
I'm no doctor, but that's textbook narcissism. Anybody, and I mean anybody, who will threaten to unalive themselves because you're not doing what they want you to do. Sounds like textbook narcissism. If it's not textbook narcissism, it's the biggest red flag of somebody who's a horrible person. This lady is a horrible person. I
I would agree with him if she had never actually gone to the doctor because she was having a mental fucking breakdown. Like what he is trying to say is, and I guess he would be right to some extent, if to manipulate you, to use it, you know what I'm saying, to use that manipulation. You know, when dudes, you know, all the dudes be like the woman is trying to leave him, and he'd be like, "Don't leave me." He start like choking himself, and she was like, "What you doing?" He was like, "I'm gonna kill myself." Like, yes, okay, that's narcissism. This is how you can differentiate narcissism from postpartum depression. In this instance, she went to a fucking doctor to check herself in because she was having a mental breakdown. She wasn't saying to her mother, "Oh, do this. Oh, I'm gonna unalive myself," to manipulate her mother. She was literally having a mental breakdown. She has already said openly she went to the doctor because of said breakdown, which to me, just based on the story, I can, if I'm taking everything at face value, oh, okay, yeah, she was really having a mental breakdown. This isn't narcissism. This is postpartum depression, right?
You admitted that you were outside doing wrong, doing some things you probably shouldn't have been doing. So you tell your mom, unless you can keep my kids while I'm outside doing the things I ain't supposed to be doing, I'm gonna unalive myself. And your mama know you. A, she know you full of shit, and B, she know them ain't her kids, and C, she knows you're a narcissist. It is what it is. She like, girl, bye. She called that bluff real quick because you're still here. You're still here. You're making this video about the situation. This isn't a video about how you went to the emergency room because there was a unaliving attempt. No, you're right here, healthy as a horse.
So because she didn't hurt herself and didn't hurt the kids, then she's lying? She's full of shit. I can't. What are you like? Are you serious? Like, it's so bad that this is so crazy to listen to. Him really acting like he don't know. This is what I'm saying. I don't know her. He don't know her. All we have is this story, right? And based on the story so far, I'm getting a totally different reading from this. I'm getting she has postpartum depression. He's getting she's a narcissist. And listen to what I'm saying. Why would she do all of this just so she can go outside? That's what I'm saying. And she still has her kids now. So what happened? Like what happened? You're right. She's still here. So what happened? Interesting.
Take your ass to work and take care of them kids you made. Christ almighty. What's really funny is that, I don't really pay attention to people who I really don't like. If I don't like you, I don't want you on my algorithm. I'm not going to comment on your stuff. To hell with you. That being said,
you don't like any of those women who you make videos about. Your whole platform is about a group of people who you don't like. The fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? You literally make fun of women for getting knocked up and then the father of the child abandoning them. You don't like those women. That is your whole platform. The fuck is you talking about? What you don't like is you don't like women in general, but you don't like the women who call you out on your bullshit. Those are the women you don't like. Like, those are women you don't want to see, I should say. You want to see the women that fit your narrative in your mind of these like terrible women, and you trying to see women is just as bad, and da 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 da. You love to see those women. You just don't like to see the women that aren't like that and that actually expose the bad parts of you. You don't like those women.
There's this woman named Drew Afualo, and she's built her entire platform and following, millions of followers across the apps, based on the premise that men are
shout out to Drew. We love Drew.
Evil. Women are great.
Hold on.
And men are evil. Women are great and men are evil.
And this man is an evil man. Just so we're clear, this man right now that's going to stand up for all men and act like it ain't all men, he is an evil man. He is an evil man. It's always the evil men standing up for evil men. I don't defend men. Men don't have a leg to stand on in my book. I already told you at the beginning. Men don't have a fucking leg to stand on in my book. Men are deplorable as a group, as a whole, as a class. We are deplorable. Not every man is deplorable, but men as a group, deplorable, despicable. Cannot defend them. Cannot. As a group, I cannot defend men, right? That's all Drew is saying. She doesn't say every man is terrible. She is saying men as a class are terrible.
Every once in a while, you might find a good dude, but for the most part, just in general, she said all men are evil, except her man.
Not all men. Look, listen to him. This is how dumb he is. Listen.
And men are evil. Every once in a while, you might find a good dude, but for the most part, just
every once in a while, you might find a good dude. So not all men, right?
in general, she said all men are evil.
In general means most men, not all. Then in the end, he goes right back to, because he can't really lie about what she said, because Drew is very transparent about what she says, right? Drew doesn't hate all men. Drew is actually, I don't know if you got, Drew is like really nice. She is like really nice. And I'm not talking about just the women. Drew is really nice to men that aren't assholes. She actually loves men that aren't assholes. She treats men very kindly, very respectfully. She, so much to the point where Drew goes out of her way unnecessarily, like she doesn't need to do it, and shows love to men who she deems to be respectful of women. So hearing somebody say that she hates men and all of that stuff, I'm like, what? I haven't seen that. I've heard her say that about men, but again, I mean, I could be an evil man, whatever. That's for you guys to decide. But I'm saying I don't defend men, and a reason why is because I know most men are trash. See what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit up here and lie about men, even if I'm a man.
Except her man, obviously, because you know the hypocrisy.
That's not hypocritical. Saying some men are ass, but most men are saying most men are trash, but some men are cool is not hypocritical. Her man is one of the good men in her mind. The men she values, her father may be a good man in her mind. But men, again, as a group, can be bad. And she can get up on a public platform and say she hates all men. Not all. She can say, I hate men. She can say men are trash, because that's general, not all. And you already clocked it. He already said it. Remember, he already said it, but now he wants to play dumb about it.
But what is this? What is this? This woman right here threatening to unalive herself because her mama don't want to keep babysitting.
No. Again, that's not okay.
Threatening to unalive herself because her mama don't want to keep babysitting while admittingly doing some shit she ain't supposed to be doing outside. Like, girl, get off the internet and go and find your baby father. You see, this is walking evil, pure evil. So Drew done built an entire platform based on men being evil. But I can guarantee you every single man has a horrifying story about a woman being pure evil.
No, they don't. You're lying. You don't. Maybe it was your mother. I don't know. I think I've heard you talk crazy shit about your mom. Actually, he hates his mama. Never mind. He has a video where he openly admits to not liking his mama. Okay. So yeah, he's projecting. This motherfucker is projecting.
As a matter of fact, that will be a regular staple on my show from now on. A hard example of a
show
woman being pure evil, and it's all thanks to Drew Afualo. If you look in the comment section after this video, I can guarantee you will see some examples of pure evil that men have experienced or witnessed at the hands of women. And I'm talking about factual evil.
Nah, bro. Men be lying. Let men always be talking about how bad women are. Then you get to asking them what happened, and come to find out they would. Never mind. Another story for another day. But yeah, that dude is pure evil. So him calling women pure evil is ridiculous.